will be getting that revenge on the finest stage of the Breakout series, the Final Strike Grand Finals.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere but here. I love it. I love it here. I love Gundam Evolution. Love Gundam gaming. Just what?
Love
I
Goo
love it. I
Gaming.
love it. You know, these past few matches have been just so heated that I'm sitting here and I'm like, I love watching this game. I love it. It's so engaging. The abilities are so unique, so fun. The players have so much style behind using these units that, you know, I couldn't watch any other player play today and get the same level of excitement. I just couldn't. So I'm very happy to see all these teams competing in front of us today. I wouldn't want to spend my Saturday any other way.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, I was thinking. Sorry, it's time zone difference.
It's Sunday for you, right?
It is Sunday. It is Sunday for me.
Yeah.
10 minutes to 6 in the morning. But speaking of morning, we do now have our maps as well. I think we're going to have a little bit of some early daytime maps here. As the first pick is going to be Harbor City.
Harbor City, where men are made.
Amen.
Mountain R&D.
Calling Trading Post is bad, actually.
Underground
Command Center. Wow. That's actually a very good one.
It's a great lineup.
You know,
very good lineup.
It is actually a very great lineup, but Tekka really wants to get that run back from Harbor City, especially based on like how they kind of like lost against Taurus Esports earlier in Harbor City. It was just phenomenal for them. You know, it was just phenomenal for Taurus Gaming to win against Tekka Dynasty into Harbor City, but at the same time, I think this is a bit of like a taste of what they could do against other people, against other teams in Harbor City.
You know, I noticed something though about Tekka is that they tend to go towards strategy maps. As you notice, both maps require lots of placement, good momentum. Where Gugang is just like, we're here to game. You know, like they're like fast action. Let's go. You know, I got to get this mace nice and dripping with oil from the enemy team.
Right.
Tekka Dynasty is just like, no, we must, place our allies here, be here, and move here. There's so much strategy involved and behind Tekka Dynasty's just rise to fame, and I love to see it. But I also just love that these teams can just come in. Goo Gaming is gaming. Goo Gang. JJ Kuhn, this is your fault. Goo Gang is just coming
no.
And just they're like, we're here for action, we're here to fight, and they're just making all of these games seem so good. So I'm really looking forward to the Mountain R&D, but I really want to see how Goo Gang works on two strategic maps that seem to work in Tekka Dynasty's favor.
Yeah, and we're gonna be setting up the games, and we will be back in just a bit. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We only have like 3 minutes before the game starts, so just be prepped. We'll be prepped as well to give you all the action. Goo Gang versus the Tekka Dynasty. Whoever's going to be winning this game will get their chance to take a revenge against Sartorius Esports. Let's have a champion time.
It's a very interesting transition with Gugang Valid going on as what looks like new Gundam. So it's very interesting to see that like this player has this wide range of unit understanding and expression for them to go and be like, all right, I'm going to play Exia, a unit that is very forward momentum, looking for opportunities, and then just taking enemy team, taking them one at a time, and then playing New Gundam, a unit that's a little more reserved. And once, obviously landing your shots is the most important part, so you can follow it with the funnels. But that's what I said. I love this high level gameplay because no one is just sticking to one unit. They're using what works to create space.
Right. Oh man, and here you go.
Here we go.
They are now going to be attacking, moving forward.
I want to point out that it's a very smart idea to have a sniper unit of some sorts on the attacking side.
City.
Yeah, especially even if you don't see one on the defense, you at least have one on the attacking side so that you can close that gap and create opportunities for your allies, especially since they're all moving forward. But in a situation like this, where Tekka Dynasty really needs to, of course, get out of this choke point right here, we've talked about it several times, there is one health pack here amongst 6 people. So it's very hard to stay sustained while you're out here. We've seen a robot on Hyperion several times, and it looks like we got Sazabi following up as well. Asura just trying to create, again, some momentum and just kind of just slide in there a bit, making the enemy team maybe fall back a little. But this is actually a very good situation for Tekka Dynasty, as they've caused Gugang to fall back so far that with losing 2 people, they have a great chance of getting this objective like they are.
No, yeah, for sure. Not only so far, but so quickly as well. That only means that if they're going to be able to take down A point this early, then that means they have more time for them to take down the B point.
You're right. It's a very interesting time in this game. It's a very interesting concept because, do you need 5 minutes? Do you need 4 minutes?
Right.
No, you really don't. You just need one opening and the time it takes for you to capture the point. So, again, it's like, all right, do we have momentum? Yes, no, yes, go. And it's like that's how quickly these players need to make sure that they create that communication. Like we got right now, Asoro and Sazabi just going over, getting that health pack, just trying to take someone out in the process. Do I have momentum? Yes or no? If no, then we do not go. If yes, go. The robot just keeping, that's trying to control the space on the right-hand side. It's hard to do that when you have Dom and another Hyperion in front of you, because Hyperion, of course, can pierce enemies with the back charge that they do from their shoulder projectile, and it does fairly amount of damage as well. But you see Tekka Dynasty just trying to get themselves together. You'll see a lot of the Sazabi do this, and then the team just try to follow up. Every time they do that, they're just using their ult, they're using their scanning ability. Yes, right, there's a Nimbus. Keep in mind, it's 300 damage every confirm of a hit.
So that is huge, and look at that. They're going to be able to take down 3 in TKD. Don't know, make that 4, but still, you know, it's JKD's having a little bit of a hard time, you know, getting inside post of what do you call this, post choke point.
Yeah. Yeah, look, they're gonna have to regroup once again. That seems to be the formula on Harbor. We get, you know, if we get set back, we regroup and we figure out again what is our next strategy. Every time you try, there's a different variable. Like for instance, we might have ults. There you go. There's turn A's. Just trying to create some form of momentum. Or I'm sorry, there's a turn A doing a phenomenal job of just creating a defense there.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. Okay. Here you go. Balance, trying to get in. Effects. Effects. No, not yet. You know, still, you know, TKD still having a hard time here trying to push anything. This is like one of their
there's a lot of ultimates up there on TKD. Yeah, there they go. It looks like some of them are coming out. Hawklight with that Dom ult on the left-hand side, just pushing forward. If you keep your eyes on the left, you'll notice that everyone's just trying to get in that trail and get behind him. Hawklight's still up. They have a lot of health. A lot of G maneuvers are available. They do have to cover their flank as Gugang is coming up from behind. Hyperion getting taken out. But again, there's a lot of health over there on Tekka. Tekka got 2 people on the point. It is hitting halfway. 3 people now. It's going to move a lot faster. Still recovered that 2 with 3. It's going to continue to move. I mean, you know, it's one of these things right now where the enemy team is going to have to use some ultimates to clear this point, because right now it is definitely in Tekka Dynasty's favor.
Tekka Dynasty, you think that they are
there's the Hyperion.
Oh, the team kill, and that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Hyperion is always a phenomenal unit to just try and clear off the point. Yeah, good stuff. Tekka Dynasty not sitting this one out, being very present, very, very active and reactive. They're going to be on defense now. And so what's always an interesting thing is seeing, you know, it's easy to attack. How is your defense? You know, and so these teams look like they have an exceptional performance record when it comes to attacking, because there's nothing but agency on your side. You know, there's no one fighting you or attacking you from the rear. The target is in front of you, and I think that's more motivating. Sometimes when it comes to defending, it can be, you know, a little tiring. The fatigue starts to set in. You're always on.
Right.
And so to always be on like that can create weaknesses and opportunities for the opponent to capitalize on. So I'm really interested in seeing how well Tekka Dynasty can defend.
I mean, that's just literally what you have described, right? Is literally Tekka Dynasty on round number 1. But you know, again, just moving over into game number 2, as you have mentioned, as you have asked, would they be able to actually, you know, put up a huge wall, you know, against the other team that is GG Good Gaming? Oh, sorry, no. Oh, no. Cyber, no.
You got to put $1 in the jar now.
Cyber gang.
You got to put $1 in the jar. No, I like to see that Tekka Dynasty is running, you know, turn A, which from what it looks like, you know, these are a lot of comfort picks coming out of Tekka Dynasty. I've seen them use these units in previous events. And it's just, look, they've already taken up the beginning space. They've moved past the health pack. They've gotten 2 picks already. Again, Gugang is just in a very sad deficit for this moment. There's only 3 people alive to defend against the 6 people of Tekka Dynasty. Their kingdom has not fallen, and they're making sure that their reign stays supreme. Even though, you know, Tekka Dynasty hasn't fully captured all of this this space right now, it looks like they're moving over to the other side. Yeah, Gugang is just trying to find another opportunity to get in there.
Man, look at the sniper right now.
Right?
Jim Sniper 2. All right, not gonna be able to hit anyone at all though. Okay, there's one, but not gonna be enough to take them out. All right. Okay.
It's a very interesting situation because you have GG, you have Gugang just like kind of orchestrating where they're going. And I think Tekka Dynasty is very clever in understanding like, oh, you guys are just going that way, so we'll just funnel you in. You know, it definitely looked like they just let them move a little forward and collapsed on them from the side. There's so much space between the right hand side and the left of that map where the first objective is, where point A is, that it honestly really did look like Gugang just kind of bottlenecked themselves in that corner, and Tekka Dynasty just said, "Oh, okay, well we'll just flank you from behind and the side." They're trying the strategy again, and they do have a lot of cover. It is very random, but is it working?
But here's the thing, though. GG Gugang still hasn't been able, still hasn't been able to actually penetrate through. So that is the main objective still. So TKD still putting up a big fight here, against GG.
This is it. Every moment that the teams have to group up and coordinate a play, the time is ticking down. The clock is moving, regardless of what they're trying to do. And I just want to really point out right now that we have this overhead cam. Look at that line. Look at that line from Tekka Dynasty. I want everyone in the chat to just look at what points are being covered. It's one of those things where it's just like they are spread in a line. So if your enemy team is moving forward and your team is spread in a line, all you need to do is collapse forward and behind and to the side, and that's just exactly what's happening. Gugang is being enveloped by
the system is up
from the front, from the sides, and behind.
Yeah, Hades system is up, and look at that. TKD seems like they want to take in first win. 36 remaining, but this is still likewise a very long time. Anything can still happen.
Right. We talked a lot about timing before. Exia is just trying to do as much as they can in a very small amount of time. We've talked about time. You don't need all of the time on the clock to get the point. You only need enough time it takes to get the point. It looks like they're already trying to capture this objective. Gugang only has 2 people up and alive and available, where Tekka Dynasty has at least 5 in the area. And so, again, it might be one of those situations where it's just like, hey, listen, everyone just fall back a bit. The time that it's taking Gugang to get to the point, we can use that to our advantage and take them out one at a time. And it definitely looks like that's what happened with Tekka Dynasty just securing that match.
Yeah, and Tekka Dynasty was I'm so far away. I'm sorry. I was chilling. So what I was trying to say, right?
I get it. It was the aerial view, and you're just like, oh man, look at all this stuff that's happening.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is that we can definitely see a
come a little
gap.
Closer.
Okay. Oh,
there we go. All right, you're nice and focused now. There we go.
So what I'm trying to say here is that TKD is showing us quite a very huge skill gap than that of Gugang, and if Gugang wants to really get that revenge, they need to play better.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see that coming up in just a sec. They're ready, they're prime, and they're good to go.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere. We're just gonna be setting it up, and we're chilling. We'll see you in a bit. Yeah. 1-0 now. Here we go. Tekka Dynasty, if they win one more time against Gu Gang, they will now then have the prized prize of having a rematch against Tory Gaming. But GG, Gu Gang still needs to win twice in a row if they do want it.
Just got to say that this is Mountain R&D, so this is your proving grounds. You know, everyone's played on this map. Everyone knows how this map works. You try to solidify the high ground first. If you can't solidify the high ground, that's going to put you at a huge disadvantage because you at least are very vulnerable if you're on the point trying to capture it. Right from the very beginning, it looks like Tekka Dynasty is the king of the castle here, holding down so far what it looks like the most space on the objective. I mean, you know, it's still anyone's game, but Gu Gang, so far, it's really, that bar is moving in their favor, and it looks like it actually, you know, it spoke a little too soon. Gu Gang has proven on multiple occasions that they own this map and you know how this works, especially with that gun tank pick. You know, they've seen a lot of value from it, and they're still running it. No, yeah, for sure. But here we go, though. Sorry, just to point out, gun tank's already at 94% ult charge. That's not early as that. Yeah, that's not hard to do as gun tank on this map. So even if you just want a unit that's just like, I am an ulting machine, I am a machine that makes ults with my body, then that's gun tank. The mere fact that it hits a lot at the same time just allows it to get its G maneuver charge as early as possible. We already got a point change, and I love this. Look at that. Both teams equal. 19.5 from Tekka Dynasty. Gu Gang 19.4 from what I believe. You can't have a closer match than this, even when you break it down to the analytics. They're trying to flank each other. Here we go. There's just so much action happening in a short amount of time. You know, even right now, like the gun tank's holding on to his ultimate. You got to keep in mind though, like as the gun tank is existing and doing things, they're charging more ultimate. So sometimes you might want to just say, hey, let me just keep throwing these out here. Let me just keep throwing them out there. No, yeah. And here we go. It seems as if you have GG being the one in on the positive, sorry, not positive, but the advantageous side in terms of the. I don't know. It looks like they've got some ults coming out. Unicorn. Wow. On Gu. Ooh, see that double Unicorn and Gu just creating value with these ults. And there it is. Like I said before, there's a gun tank just trying to find a target. Even if that target's coming from the spawn, even if there's someone trying to get away, that's time that Hawklight was out of the fight, did not get revived from the look of it. Yeah, that's value. You know, even taking someone out that's from across the map. Funny enough, they can also get inside of Hyperion's bubble. So, you know, there's not too much that gun tank ult can't do. But Gu Gang is definitely holding down objective A, moving on to B that unlocks in 27 seconds. And here you go. Who does have the lead right now? It is still none other than Gu Gaming. Oh wait, no, Gu Gang. What? No. All right. Going back. No, it's okay. I mean, there's so much gaming happening, especially the value from that ult right there, hitting so many people in a very short amount of time. But that's again what we love about Zaku range. You can hit, you can whiff, and then you can still get out of there as long as your smoke is up. So you know you can still create more value with a short amount of time. And this is again why they got Hawklight out early. Hawklight securing 2 kills with their ultimate, just trying to continue to create more and more kills for their side to just remove Gu Gang from that objective, holding on to B, making it theirs, and they're doing it in real time with 35 seconds left to this point. Here we go. I mean, you know, at this point, you know, at the very least, right, like, Gu Gaming was able to find their foundation, going towards that of Tekka Dynasty, and from there on out, because they are currently on an equal footing with TKD, so it is a very huge adjustment from what would happen. This is so good. They're just trading. It's so, it's, you can't control it, right? It's just happening, but they're still so close. I love games like this. They've been neck and neck the entire time. 60 from Tekka Dynasty, just 57 from Goo Gang. And then again, I have to admit, I love how Unicorn Valid is just making sure that every time an ultimate is available, it is being used. Every time a gun tank ult is up, it is being used. They're starting to get in this habit of just creating just all of this momentum and giving Tekka Dynasty no time to breathe. But Tekka Dynasty is doing the same thing through strategy, because that's just how they operate. The point is open and available. It's right now it's controlled by Goo Gang, but Tekka is there. They have half charge on that point. All they need to do is just wipe out a couple of people to get it. Sadly, they were not able to make that happen in their favor. Goo Gang's Barb is just, trying to live his best life, but Nostalgia is just, it's doing what it does best, and just wiping out as many people as it can in these 1v1 skirmishes. But this is it, though. This is the final point. Holding it down. Tekka Dynasty just trying to at least create some advantage for themselves, because they know if they don't take the point now, it's going to hold on. It's going to be held on by Goo Gang. And again, Tekka has all these ults. Sazabi's ult is out. Dom's ult is out. Unicorn's ult was out. They're just trying to milk this extra time in their favor after they've captured the point. They definitely can come back, because Goo Gang has got it so far as 98%. They don't really need to do much more than just get it back. But again, Tekka knows their whole gameplay is revolving around strategy.
No, yeah, for sure. But we are not currently at the extra time as well. So I'm not entirely sure about it. Obviously,
this can go either way, yeah. But they've been doing this the entire game. All game, they've been neck and neck. So why is this any different?
But this is just tighter, though, if you think about it.
Yeah, look, just everyone's gonna fall in now. They're both here. They know that they need to stand on this point. But however, it looks like Tekka Dynasty has two people on the high ground. So again, this is their point. They have the aerial advantage, and they're clearing the point, and they're making it theirs. So it's so round one going to Tekka Dynasty. It really shows that as much effort and energy that Goo Gang has put in to just being a ferocious contender in the Breakout series, Tekka Dynasty has basically caged them through strategy, using high ground, using low ground, making sure that their momentum is working in their favor, and just grouping up when need to be so that they can overpower Goo Gang whenever they have the opportunity to.
No, yeah, for sure. And I think we're going to be seeing more of that as well. Moving over into the second round of the game. As you can see here, we have 29K
from Hawk. Yeah, Hawk's cooking.
Yeah, from Hawk. Yeah, I mean, he has been Hawklight has been like doing a lot of damage since earlier. Even with the Dome Trooper getting in 33K for one round, and just moving forward altogether.
It's very interesting to see that both teams are running Unicorn, and that sustainability is very important, because at any time that an ally is not being hit, they're going to get a shield and it's going to be regenerated. So Mountain R&D Unicorn creates great value for their allies, but you got both teams right now just fighting for the high ground. Again, I want everyone to keep in mind how well Tekka Dynasty has been using the high ground to their advantage. You got Nostalgia already down on point, looking like they're trying to flank, but the Exia from Goo Gang is not going to make that possible. So, Nostalgia was just like, all right, let me just fall back a bit. And again, it's Exia's ability to just be in so many places at one time, because the ground is not their limit. They can be in the sky, they can be on the ground, they can be behind you stealing your lunch money, and you never know it until the final second. No real big picks so far. Both teams just trying to just feel each other out. However, this is just like before. GG's taking the first objective. They're holding on to it. And, we've said before, Tekka Dynasty has been doing a phenomenal job of employing strategy. And, hey, they're like, it's like that feeling of like, hey, listen, let them do all the work for us. We're just going to sweep in the end and take it from them. Look at that. Exia doing numbers, creating value, doing damage, falling back to the gun tank, emoting, and showing their dominance on the battlefield. That's what we love to see. There it is. We got some alts coming out. Valid alt is active, using Unicorn to just effects being taken down. Gun tank, you're getting a revive. You know, again, we love seeing all of this happen in a very short amount of time, especially since they're falling down to objective B just so they can get the advantage in holding that. This is
we already saw this story happen as it unfolded as well. You know, like Gu Gang was able to get in the early game. You know, early advantage, but it is the other team that will be getting in, you know, the entirety of the game. So let's find out if that's going to happen once again for this one.
Let's see, we got Coil with another G maneuver. It had a very short life, and I think everyone was looking at him. That can be sometimes the downside of being so good, is that everyone's like, oh man, this guy is everywhere. If he shows up again, gotta take him out immediately, or everyone focus fire this person, because, you know, they're cooking a little too hard right now. And the kitchen ain't big enough for two of us. There you go, Hawklight doing his thing. This is how Hawklight's been leading on the damage board. Every alt hit is about 300 damage, looking for the next target. Bam, 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 bam. Even if you hit the wall, even if you hit the floor, you can't escape that Dom. He's gonna give you more. There we go. Objective C unlocking in about 28 seconds. And you're right, just from what you said before, we have seen this story before. Last round, it was neck and neck the entire time. Both teams were pretty close, a lot closer than what we see now. But we know that they're very evenly matched. That Gundam ult going out, no one focuses it, but it does go to the backside. Doesn't hit anyone, but it does force the rest of the team to start collapsing on each other, with Gu Gang just falling apart at Tekka Dynasty. And Tekka just standing in front of their base saying, hey, we challenge you to come out. It was a very vulnerable moment for the Pale Rider there, but sometimes it's all about sending a message. Here's another gun tank alt, looking for a friend, looking for a target. Hasn't been taken out. Oh, but the gun tank, it looks like the gun tank died in the process, though. There we go, TKD, Tekka Dynasty, just hanging out on the point, looking for their next target. We know that Gu Gang has done a phenomenal job with just having these nice sweeps and comebacks, but Tekka is looking to position themselves for point B is unlocked in 9 seconds. It's a great angle from
what I'm talking
X-Effect,
about.
by the way. Effect FX.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about earlier, right? Like, GG is always going to be the one leading in terms of points in the early game, but then, you know, kind of falls off from the mid game up into the late game. As you can see, right? Man, what was that? Yeah, as you can see here, you know, it's already at 80% for TKD, but only 52 for GG, whereas, you know, earlier on, TKD didn't really have any percentages at all.
You know, however, this is the last point coming up right here, point B. This is anyone's game. A lot of the ultimates are coming out now that the point is available, so they can try and hold on to it. I just want to point out, Hawklight has another ult, and then Valid fell from the middle with your ult active to try to take some picks. Coil is just unraveling on the enemy team. Just every time you look at him, he has another ultimate available.
93, 94.
Yeah, Tekka Dynasty is just like, they're still holding the point. 99%.
No, not yet. Not yet.
No one's ult is up or available except for a robot on Unicorn. But that's it.
There
Victory.
we go.
Tekka Dynasty.
They are the ones going to have, you know, a chance to get a run back against Toru.
Is that Hawklight?
Sports.
Yeah, it is. All right.
It is Hawklight.
I see the light.
No contest.
I see the
no
light.
No contest, dude. I do see the light as well.
I see the light. Welcome back, sir. Maxing, relaxing, and looking all cool. Hawklight's been out here ruling the school. Glad that you're all back. Welcome to what I consider is the creme de la creme, the magnus opus of the Breakout series. We have seen so many teams just claw at each other today, playing with the attempt of getting back to Taurus, just so that they can, just get that rematch. And I can't count them out. Gang did a phenomenal job of just creating a name for themselves, putting our hopes and spirits and dreams in their hands. And they definitely, no matter how the match had gone today, I have to really solidify that they kept up. Game one, match. I'm sorry.
They definitely
on
did.
R&D, right? R&D, round one, they kept up. They kept up, and it was just such a phenomenal fight to see. But at the end of the day, the fact that Tekka Dynasty is just here, and they have that name for a reason, and their strategery on Harbor was just uncanny. I really just want to take a moment to point out the fact that they were all fighting in a line at one point, and then you had Goo on the side coming in, and then Tekka just collapsing from people to the front and people from behind, just enveloping Goo Gang on all sides. You have to have so much confidence, because that means not only are you winning your fights, but you're landing your shots.
Right. No, here's the thing, right? Like, we cannot really dismiss Goo Gang. I'm saying a lot of stuff right now after Goo. So,
can't dismiss Goo Gang.
What I'm trying to say, right? What I'm trying to say is that, we cannot dismiss Goo Gang just because of the fact that they were able to go against, Satori Esports. We just saw Tekka Dynasty, these names, these big names, that we already have in the community. But not only that, but also in the tournament series as well, the Breakout series as well. They were fighting toe to toe against them, and it just shows how great they are, showing us quite amazing broadcasts and showmanships and gameplays.
Yes. Hell yeah. That's what we call fighting spirit around these parts.
We are fighting dreamers. That's what I'd call it,
Wrong franchise, but yeah. All right, everyone, get ready.
I'm saying. Well, we are, So. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, and all pilots alike. Well, let me just put over my microphone. There we go. We will be seeing you in just a bit for the grand finals. Don't go anywhere, because we will be right back once again. Tekka Dynasty run it back against Team Toru Esports.